everybody. It is currently February. It should be January right now, but unfortunately, I've been on kind of a roll in the past couple of weeks, and I made a crap ton of videos, a crap ton of shorts, so please don't judge me if I release this a little too late, but I want to do a review video for the entirety of 2024 when it comes to Star Wars. There were a lot of projects that came out last year, and I kind of forgot all about them, so I'm going to do a review video on every single one of them that I can find, mainly the major projects that came out in 2024, like these listed here. So please do not be mad at me, for I am only the messenger, and I am only the individual who is running off vibes right now, because I am very tired, and I don't want to argue any more than I have to. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, starting with Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Also, very quickly, there will be spoilers in this video for every single thing that I will be talking about. I don't want to get into, like, arguments in the comment section over, oh, you didn't say spoilers. Spoilers for everything, okay? Also, just a quick spoiler warning for this video, I will not be mentioning Skeleton Crew because I will be mentioning shows that began in 2024 and ended in 2024. Unfortunately, Skeleton Crew ended in 2025, so I will not be mentioning it even though it is a very good show. Totally not because I forgot and I already finished the video. Anyway, continuing onward. The Bad Batch Season 3 kind of starts off on a low note, with Omega and Crosshair being imprisoned by the Empire, Wrecker and Hunter trying to find a way to help Omega escape, and Rex currently being alongside Echo, who is currently now part of Rex's very own organization. The problem here is that there's a lot to be had going on in the final season of The Bad Batch, and it really shows off with all of its action and all of its set pieces, but unfortunately, it's just a little too late for all that. Mainly given the fact that we just watched an entire season of just Sid telling the Bad Batch what to do, where to go, what they should be doing, how they should be doing it, and it kind of gets a little old after a while, especially considering the fact that eventually later on down the line, Sid was the one who actually betrayed the Bad Batch, and she never suffered any consequences for her actions either way, so who really cares at this point? The entirety of the Bad Batch, with the exception of Omega, who is once again being imprisoned by the Empire, would find their way to Wayland and find their way to Tantus Base, would break into Tantus Base, save Omega, lose a couple of things along the way, and then they would finally return back to the island planet where Omega would finally leave after a couple of years to join the rebellion to fight against the Empire. The show would end on positive reviews for the most part, but unfortunately this would be D. Bradley Baker's last job in Star Wars voicing one of the clones, so unfortunately we don't have anything clone-based to live up to, which is very terrible considering the fact that we have fallen such deeply in love with all the clones, and we still have no idea what the hell happened to Rex or any of the other clones that survived throughout the entirety of the Empire. Why would you do this to us? Star Wars Tales of the Empire. Tales of the Empire is not really that good, I'm not gonna lie. They more or less focused on a lot of good characters throughout the entirety of Tales of the Jedi, like Ahsoka Tano. They focused on Count Dooku, and they also focused on Yaddle, who mysteriously disappeared after the events of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and now we know why. Season 1 was such a great show, mainly due to the fact that it focused on the backstories of main characters like Ahsoka and Dooku, but it also focused on the backdrop of the entirety of the Republic being so corrupt that they basically sent the Jedi to do their dirty work for them, which is exactly what Count Dooku was talking about in the first place when it came to the Jedi Order. Unfortunately, however, Season 2 doesn't really do this, as we mainly focus on two characters, of course, being Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee. Morgan Elsbeth I don't really care for. She had her stars in, Star Wars Ahsoka, and she died, so I don't know why we're focusing on her again. Why are we focusing on a dead character that literally died a year ago? I have no idea. But of course, we're also focusing on Barriss Offee, who was actually recruited to become part of the Inquisitorius, which is actually really awesome for her, and I like it, except for the fact that she actually left the Inquisitorius, realizing that they were no better than the Republic or the Jedi, and she screwed off so she can become a Jedi once again, and become a healer, and become a individual that Jedi would seek out to escape the Empire. It's not that great of a show, I'm not gonna lie, but Barriss Offee gets her stars, and obviously she's going to be alive because this is not the first time that Star Wars has left a character fate undecided. So yeah, Star Wars The Acolyte. Now, The Acolyte is very controversial for a lot of reasons, and there's a lot of reasons why. The Acolyte is one of the shows that premiered in 2024 to a lot of reviews, both good and very, very bad. The Acolyte had two main characters, two of which are actually played by the same person, who are twins, and everything just went to crap immediately because a lot of different reasons. But talking on the more positive side, Soul was a really excellent character. Keimer was a really excellent villain. A lot of the side characters were really intense and they were really beloved, with the exception of the main character who wasn't really beloved by anybody. And because of all this drama, all of this yelling through the void, the main director of the actual show and the creator of the show dropped out of actually working on anything ever again. But the show is also the most viewed show, second most viewed show on Disney Plus, breaking in at over 1 billion minutes. So why? Star Wars: The Young Jedi Adventures, that obviously premiered on Disney Plus. One of actually a handful of things on this list that I don't really care for, mainly due to the fact that I don't watch it, but I'll give it a pass either way, considering the fact that it has Yoda in it. The Young Jedi Adventure show doesn't seem that heinous or terrible, or, doesn't mess with the lore or anything like that. So good on Young Jedi Adventures for holding to the lore, I guess. I don't care. It's a kid's show. Why do I care? I don't care. Star Wars Outlaws, yet another piece of material created by Lucasfilms and created by Star Wars itself and created by Disney that has a lot of people mad about it for one reason or another. Personally, I don't care that there's a female character that you have to play as. Personally, I couldn't care less. If you have to play as a female character in a game, okay, then fine. If you don't want to play as a female character in a video game, okay, then fine. But it comes to shove that people are going to play as a female character. They just don't want to be told that they're going to be playing as a female character because they're going to choose the female character anyway. Stop complaining about playing as female characters that you're already going to be playing. What the hell is wrong with you? Star Wars LEGO Rebuild the Galaxy. LEGO Rebuild the Galaxy is I don't even know what this show really is. It's an entire conglomerate of what happened if the Empire was the Rebellion and the Rebellion was the Empire. We have White Suit Vader. We have Darth Jar Jar. We have Kit Fisto as a Sith. We have Palpatine as a Jedi. Everything about this is backwards. I kind of like it. It's really weird, especially with Mark Hamill being in there, talking about how the entirety of the sequel trilogy was a mess to begin with, and why Luke would just stay on an island by himself wanting to die and drinking blue milk. I don't understand why he would do that, but either way, the show is actually really good. I recommend you go watch it, mainly just for Darth Jar Jar, because I got a lot of views on that short, so go ahead and do that. So apparently Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace came out all the way back in 1999. It is currently 2025, and I am terrified because now Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace can drink legally. And now we have Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones having its 23rd anniversary, and we have the Revenge of the Sith coming out with its 20th anniversary. Somebody help me, I'm feeling old. But either way, with a shortcut theatrical release and a lot of great scenes coming back for the film being remastered, and the entirety of the film itself looking even better in theaters than it did back in 1999, this movie is still excellent even to this day. And if you want to go back and watch it, I'm sure it really compares to the times now. I'm freaking serious. And that is the end of this video. Realistically, I give the entire year of 2024 maybe a B minus, maybe a C, simply for the fact that a lot of people had a lot of complaints about a lot of different things happening with Star Wars over the course of that entire year. So maybe I give it a B or a B minus. I don't really care. The entirety of 2024 wasn't really that bad, so I don't really have much to say about it other than the fact that the Acolyte was kind of a mess from beginning to end. But either way, I will see you all later with my next 2025 review, which will come out probably in the middle of July or something like that. I have no idea.